he's not doing bad. He really hasn't. He'll lift his lip, you know, occasionally, but he really hasn't tried to bite since we put the collar on him. Just because we went through that whole, you know, wrestling match or whatever. And I won't do it without the glove just yet. I could pet him. You know, sometimes, especially if I'm like right out in front of him, much better right now. Because he just got corrected for leaving place. But, you know, he'll start lifting his lip. And then if I give him a vibration, he'll stop and he'll kind of just look the other way. Which I don't really want him to just ignore. This is more what I want right here. Like he's just ears back. See that kind of sleep? Well, he was sleepy looking. You know, just kind of give up to the whole idea. And so far I've been able to, like, you know, touch him pretty much anywhere, ears, mouth. And he hasn't tried to bite. I can, you know, manipulate his collar a bit. I do have to tighten his e-collar. It's buried underneath all this fur here. Because it isn't quite making a good connection. It was a little rough, you know, trying to get it on him while he was fighting it. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. I think he's going to do just fine. You know, we're just not there yet where I could trust him without the, oh, good boy. If you asked for it, he asked for it. Good boy. But I think we will, you know. Just I'm not there where I can trust him without the glove just yet. And I also want to make an association with him that every time the gloves go on, it doesn't mean that, like, I'm gonna, you know, make you do something unpleasant, you know. So I want to just get him used to, like, when I put the gloves on, you know, I'm gonna put the leash on or something and take you for a walk, or we're gonna just, like, you know, we're just gonna pet you, or we're gonna give you treats, and then not do anything forceful with him. Take the glove off and then let him go, you know, because he is going to challenge everyone he meets. It's not like he's just gonna go into being the perfect dog, you know what I mean? He's gonna do this with me because I am not giving him any choice but to show me respect, you know, because I'm not tolerating the crap that he pulls. Good boy, good boy. See how he just relaxed a bit and let go? And breathe finally. Does it feel good to breathe? So, you know, he's going to be like this with me, but the next person, he's going to be a lot different. So Edward is a good example, right? Edward came into the shelter and he just became this great dog. He was, you know, listened really well. He really loved playing. He loved what I had to offer to give him, and he gave back. Then he was adopted. He was gone for about 3, maybe 4 months, right at the beginning of COVID, and he ended up getting returned because the place that he went to, all they did was love up on him, give him toys, wrestle with him in the house, get him all riled up. He would run through the house, jump from couch to couch, you know. It was just like a romper room for him. And then when guests would come over, he would jump and lunge at the door. They had a sliding glass door when people came in, so it kind of freaked people out. He was counter surfing like crazy. He broke some shot glass collection. He broke that, and the guy also had snakes that he would feed mice, and he knocked some of the little plastic, they're like little boxes, little clear plastic boxes or something that the mice come in, knocked those over, and then the mice were loose. So the guy would call me up, I'm having this problem. I'd go try to explain, like, hey, you're doing everything wrong, but then he wouldn't, you know, it's like he expected me to fix the dog for him and him to not have to do anything. And I'm trying to tell him, I don't live with you and your dog, you know what I mean? When I leave here, it's up to you. You have to maintain what's going on. Such a good boy. And, you know, he just couldn't. He ended up returning him. And then, of course, when Eddie came back, again, he went right back to being Eddie, the dog that I knew and remembered, you know. And when I took him home, And I've just like let him loose in the house. For the first time, he tried to counter surf, and he got corrected for it. And that was the last time he's ever done that. You know, so you really have to lay down the law sometimes. And a lot of times you really don't have to do much more than, you know, right in the very beginning. Just show them what you're made of, and don't let them walk all over you, you know. And then for the rest of their life, they're going to have respect for you. But it definitely does not mean that if he goes home, you know, like the lady he lives with, she's very, she asks permission of him, basically. I guess that's the best. Do you want to go in your crate? You know, stuff like that, where it's like, no, crate. Just one word, crate. Don't have a conversation. Don't ask him. Crate. And I'm not giving you a choice. You don't go, I'm going to use pressure. I'm going to use whatever means it takes, because in the end, I'm the one who's going to end up winning. You know, you're going to do what I asked you to do. I'm not going to walk away and go, oh, well, I guess, you know, he just won't do it. Yeah, he was probably abused, so I feel bad. No. He's going to go in there, and he's going to learn that it's not bad. This isn't a bad thing. Going into place, you know, getting pet and stuff. It's not bad. Huh. Actually kind of nice. Isn't it actually kind of nice? Yeah, so we haven't seen any lips since he got his little correction a minute ago. Good. Good boy. So, you know, a little while later, he may feel differently, or, you know, kind of forget, or go back to his old habits, you know. So we'll have to see. But I'm looking for him to just, you know, be full of happiness and come up to me with his tail wagging, and, you know what I mean? That's when I'm going to see, like, he feels okay with this, you know, that he trusts it, and that he wants it, and he's not going to, you know, protest just for petting. Because according to the woman, he's like a cat. You could pet him, but eventually he's just going to turn and snap at you. He does lift the lip, and he gives a little bit of warning, you know. Especially if I hadn't see the lip just quiver a little bit. So if I'm out in front of him like this, see it? That's when he'll start doing it. But it doesn't matter. I'm still going to do what I want. It's weird. It's like when it's your dog, you know, like, he's my dog. I have to give him baths, right? I have to do things that he maybe doesn't care for, or doesn't want to do at that time, or who knows what. But it's like the choice isn't up to you. It's almost like it's not your body. It's mine, you know what I mean? Like, if I have to pull dingleberries off your butt, that's what I have to do. Like, you can't protest it. You don't have a choice. You know, and sometimes we have to do that. We have to pull ticks off or something like that. And just because I'm touching the dog doesn't mean he can get aggressive with me. When he has the full respect towards me, he will let me do that. Like with Eddie, I could just push him over and knock him over, right? And he's just going to roll over. With this guy, he's probably going to fight, you know what I mean? Because he doesn't trust me for that yet, you know? But it'll get there. And as long as whoever adopts him, by the way, he's up for adoption, if anyone's interested. Whoever adopts him, that's basically what you get. You show them right off the bat that, you know, how big you are, how confident you are, and that you're not going to tolerate their nonsense. And then afterwards, as long as you don't back down to them for the rest of all time, like, even if he got snappy with me right now, I'm not going to pull my hand away, right? I'm just going to shove it in his face and let him go to town on it because I have this glove on, right? Until he realizes, like, this ain't doing me any good. It's not working. And then I'm just going to wait for him to give up and let him know that's the best option. That is the best option. If you give up, you get nice affection, you get freedom, right? Or maybe if you want to go in your crate and get away from it all, you can do that. Like, I'm going to give you things that you want, but you have to allow me to put a leash on you. I don't think this leash has been off of him since the day he went to the foster house. You know, and I don't know what it was like before, but he finally went to the vet. You see, he got his rabies right there. He's 4 years old, and he's never gone to the vet because the first vet was like afraid. And I think they tried trazodone or something, and it didn't really work. And I'm like, man, they got techniques. They got things to take it to. But I told her, I said, I really need him to go get this rabies vax before coming here, because if he bites somebody, you know, if they refuse to get tested, it doesn't end well for him. Maybe it's different in every state, but here they have to test the dog. If the person doesn't, you know, submit to getting a test, they have to test the dog, and it doesn't end well for them. Let me just put it that way. I'm not even going to tell you what they do, but some of you probably know, and maybe you'll mention it down in the comments. But I know some of you would be like, oh my God, that's horrible. Isn't that right? We don't want that for you, huh? We want you to be a good boy. Yes, we do. Good boy. Yeah, he may not let the vets do this stuff, you know. But whatever, as long as the owner, once you build that trust, you can you can look and lift and see the teeth or whatever it is that you need to examine, you know, or maybe hold the face, and so the doctor can look at the eyes or the ears or something. Good boy, good boy, good. So that's relaxing. Just letting go, you know. Breathing, you know. The tongue comes out. Hump up. Good boy. I feel like that was a huge let go moment for him. You take away that stress of having to control and always be on edge and on guard. You take that away, and oh, huge relaxation. Nice big smile. This is unusual because so far he basically, when he's not in his crate, just goes to lay in front of his crate. He doesn't stay too much out in the open, and that's the best spot to be, right there where that nice cool air from the fan blows in. Oh, and you feel good? So at this point, you know, I want him to go from doing what he's doing now to coming here and staying close to me. That will be a next big step. Good. No. Wait. No. Good. Wait. Sit. Good boy. Look. Yes. Good. You like that one, huh? Look. Yes. Good boy. Look. Yes. Good job. He's not any, any better or any different, but a dog like this, sometimes when they're getting something they want, they're fine. As long as you're going by their rules, they're fine. Like going to leash him because he wants to go for a walk. He's not going to put up a stink, But doing something he doesn't want, like forcing him to go into his crate or something, that's the kind of thing that triggers him. And then, of course, sometimes just petting him, like I said, he's like a cat. He just suddenly turns, Well, you could see it. He does give a lot of warning with the lip. Hop up, look. Yes. Good boy. So I can hand feed him, right, because he wants it. Look. Yes. Good job. But say I was to stick my hand in his bowl while he was eating, that would be a different story, probably. Look. Yes. Good boy. So we're teaching him yes right now. He's a small guy, small appetite, so I can only do so much. Look. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Good job. You're picking it up. Look. Yes. Good boy. We're just teaching him that when he hears the word yes, he's about to get rewarded. Yes. Good job. So now we'll try something different. Here. Good. Here. No. Here. Place. Yes. So the word yes means he just did the right thing, and he's going to get rewarded. And so for longevity, the longer he stays there, right, then the more often I'm going to say yes and reward him. Good. Especially if he's giving me eye contact. I know it gets loud, but it also gets hot, so. Good. So as long as he stays there, he's doing the right thing. Good job. Good. So I let him know by saying good. But there's no reward for good. Just maybe a pat on the head and just the acknowledgement that he's doing good. Good boy, Papa. Oh, yeah, you get him full? A little gassy? You know, if he gets up to move on, I'm going to mark that no and put him back just like when he stopped over there a second ago. I told him no to let him know he's doing the wrong thing. And if he persisted in being stubborn, then he would have gotten an e-collar motivation to get him moving again. Good boy. Good. Yes. Good job. His e-collar, I keep having to readjust it because he's got so much fur, and then his other collar gets caught up underneath it, which is a real pain in the butt. He hasn't tried to bite or anything when I readjust it, but he does get lippy. Good. Yes. So he went into another stage of relaxation, so I'm going to reward that. The more that he gives up on the idea of leaving place, then the more he's going to get rewarded. And then, of course, if he tries to leave, he gets marked with a no and put back. So your efforts are futile. Good. So I'm going to break him, and then we're going to start on no, because he really needs to learn that one a little bit better and start to get some consequence. Okay, so how we do no is we just tell him what we expect, which is to ignore and leave that food alone. So he's not going to be allowed to look at it, he's not going to be allowed to sniff in that direction, and he's definitely not going to be allowed to just take it. He has to wait for permission. And if he tries to do it, or does any of those things, then he's going to get corrected for it. So I like to put it on the side so that it's obvious where they're looking, so that when he goes to avoid looking at it, he'll be looking that direction and it's obvious to tell. Leave it. No. Pick up the leash. So he's got a vibration for that. Leave it. No. He's still very confused as to where the vibration comes from. Good boy. Leave it. No. You got a little taste of it, but this is typical. After a few corrections, they kind of give up. Sit. Good. And if you remember that first time, we got 7 minutes to get him to sit. Leave it. Good. Good boy. So now that he's ignoring it, no. Good. Now that he's starting to learn to ignore it, now I'm going to start rewarding that. Yes. So I got eye contact. No. Can't leave. Sit. Sit. Start this again. Good. Yes. Good boy. Just over here. Since he wants to go this way, leave it. Good. Yes. Good job. Good. He wants to go that way because that's where his crate is, and he's learning to escape to his crate like a safe place. So I don't have to tell him anything. Good. Good boy. So, if he were the boss, he would be able to just take whatever he wanted. And we're just kind of like, we're demoting him a little bit, We're letting him know that, no, there's rules and you can't just take whatever you want. Good. So now that he gets it, I can use more the collar than the leash. So, no, leave it. Again, that was a vibrate. Sit. No, you can't escape. Sit. No. Here. Right there. Sit. It's just him being confusion because he still doesn't realize that it's coming from me. Good. Good boy. Just readjust these. Leave it. No, leave it. Good. Good boy. Good. So, yes, again, I'm rewarding for ignoring it. But when he gives me eye contact, then I mark it yes. So that's the only way he gets that food on the floor. If he were to turn around the other way, lay down, and just give up on the idea of that food on the floor, then I would reward that too. So he didn't really look at it, he's just kind of, yes, in a sort of avoidance state. That was a half-assed look, but since I said the word, good boy. Good boy. And these are only vibration corrections that he's getting for right now. Yes. Yeah, it was a better one. Already done almost 2 of those. You're gonna get full pretty soon. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Leave the ones on the floor. Good. Good. Good boy. Leave it. Good. Leave it. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. There you go. Now, open hand feeding, go down to bring his head down to a more submissive position. I'm not holding up high over him because it's a little bit more intimidating that way. Good boy. Okay, so now we'll start doing more place, just in and out. Get him kind of used to that like escape avoidance thing. I want him to start to realize more that the collar is coming from me. It's not like a bug or out of thin air. Good job. So he's doing very good. I don't really have to use the collar much, you know. There was a couple times he was like, he tried to get out or was a little stubborn getting in. His working level is really, really low. It's 2. I can even go down as far as 1 if I was to be able to readjust the collar. But as far as like a correction level for stepping out, a 5 is plenty. But he's picking it up on it really well. Break. Good. Here. Good boy. Here. Good. No, that's not your place. Off. So he's going to get corrected. Off. So that was a 5 correction. So he got a little yelp out of that. Place. And no collar needed to get him to go. So he's picking up on that really well. And he's figuring out that as long as he's in place, it's safe. And I think he just confused the couch with place. So at his foster's, day 1 that she got him, he jumped on the couch, claimed the couch, and became very aggressive and wouldn't let her near the couch. And so here he's not allowed on any of the furniture. Huh, because you get a little bit too full of yourself, don't you? Good boy, yes, good job. And so I put the glove on because I want to try to use more affection with him to get him used to it. And so far, with the corrections, he's been really good. I haven't been seeing any like lifting of the lip. You know, I'm able to touch him in different spots and on the top of the head. Good boy. Seems like you like that a little bit, huh? You like that a little bit? Did you? Yes, you did. Good boy. Good boy. And that's what we want to get him used to. But I am still not to the point where I fully trust him to not have the glove, you know. I'm not sure if he understands that the glove means that he can't hurt me. You know, so if I took it off, he might be like, oh, now I can get you bugger. Huh. Good boy. Good. And again. Break. Good. And a lot of times they're hesitant to leave because they're like, oh, great. Now I'm susceptible to corrections. But as long as he's doing what I'm asking, aside from teaching him what the escape avoidance means, I don't have to correct him. Here. So when I say that, as long as he turns and he follows, let's try from a distance. Place. No. Place. A little push. Good. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Oh my goodness. Look from down this angle, because it's hard to see, you know. His warning is he lifts up his lip. So if he starts to feel invaded, he's going to lift his lip. He won't growl, so you're not going to hear anything. But when you're looking down at him, it's really, you know, when you're looking down like this, it's hard to tell what he's doing with his mouth. But you look like you're doing pretty good, huh? Good job. Here. Good. Stop. Good. Place. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. You want to do again? Break. Good. So if we get over here, no, here, he wants to go into his crate. Place. Good. And sometimes he gets a little stubborn. And normally I would use the e-collar, but I couldn't that time, so I used no, and he responded pretty good. Good boy. Break. No, break. Good. Don't correct them when they're in place. The only way I would correct him in place is if, say, when I was going to pet him, he got aggressive, then he would get corrected in place. But as a general rule, as long as they're in place, they don't get corrected. So I use leash pressure to get them out. Just put it down there. Sonny, place. No, place. No, place. Good. So he got a little stem and he went to go hide next to the vacuum. Good boy. Good. Try that again. Break. Here. Stop. You can sit. That would be good. Sonny, place. No, place. Place. Good. So you got a stem for that. You're getting it, sort of. A little trouble with the distance, but you're pretty good at it sometimes, huh? If we got momentum. Here. Break. Here. Good. Here. Sonny, place. That's not place. Over here. Place. Good. Good boy. Yes, you did good. You did good. So he's in a pretty good mood. It's a lot of stress sometimes for a dog, especially a 7-pound dog, to feel like they have to be in charge. And sometimes when you take that away from them, it's a huge relief. Right? Just a big sigh of, look at how submissive his body posture is and how relaxed he is. Ears back, tail's pretty relaxed. Well, I mean, he's sitting down, but... Right? Next step would be to lay down. I'm just going to give him some affection for a while since he's in such a good mood. And he's looking more and more relaxed, right? Just to get him used to it so he doesn't go into his weird mood swings. Good boy. Gotta learn to enjoy this, huh? Good. Next thing I'm gonna do with him is put a little pressure just by putting my hand into the crate, because he doesn't, I'm not gonna do that right now, but our next session, I think he's done for now. One of his big things is when you put him in the crate and you go to shut the door, he turns and becomes aggressive towards you. And he's not doing that, so I just want to kind of like up the ante a little bit to see if he does get like territorial or possessive over that space, and then let him know that no, that's not gonna fly. Oh, touch your ears. Oh my goodness, good boy. He's maintaining pretty relaxed jaw and breathing. That's not really nervous lip licking, that's more like just cleaning his chops. Good boy. So he's starting to trust more, that's pretty obvious, but what I haven't gotten from him yet is approaching me and asking for this, asking for my attention. If I give him the choice and I let him free, if his crate door is open, he'll go into his crate. If it's not open, he'll just lay right in front of it. But he tends to want to be kind of by himself for right now. Like if I go downstairs and he's loose, he'll go over and wait for me by the gate, But when I come back upstairs, I just think he's thinking like maybe he's going to go somewhere. Because when I come back upstairs, no. So I startled him a little bit with that touch, and he made the decision to not bite, which is good. Good boy. Caught you off guard, huh? So you was looking the other way. I'm going to have to do that more often. Good boy. Good boy. A little bit more aggressive in my touch. Good boy. Good. Did you do good? Hmm? Yes, good boy. Yeah, just that once catching him off guard a little bit, you know. He's not looking, he's not paying attention, sneak in there with a touch. So I'm gonna kinda get him used to that too, it seems. Right? Can't have you acting like a cat. Good boy. Yes. Good job. Boy. Stop. Place. Yes. Good boy. Good job. Come. Yes. Good boy. Good job. Stay. Good. Come. Come on. That's close. Hold the leash. Okay. Break. Good. Sit. No, sit. Good. No. Sit. Good. Stay. Come. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Do again. You want to do again? Good. Stay. No. Stay. Come. Yes. Good job. Good boy. Oh, that's a good boy. Good boy. You want to do good? Oh, yeah? Yeah. Okay. I know you want to escape. Come. Yes. Good job. Good boy. Come. Yes. Good job. Good boy. Oh, that's the spot right there, huh? This feels good here. Sunny place. Good boy. Oh, you do so good. Yeah. You do so good. Sonny, come. Good, come. Good boy, yes. Sonny, house. Good. Yeah, let's see if it's any different in here. Okay. So you can see immediately when I came down into the space, he got pretty tight lipped, started lip licking. That's more of a nervous lip lick, you know what I mean? There we go, good. So I'm gonna reach in. Good. You could see a difference, you know, from when he was in the place. You see when my hand approaches, his jaw tenses up, it closes. When the jaw is relaxed, the dog's more relaxed. So when the tongue comes out and it's open like that, the dog's feeling more relaxed and more comfortable because I'm further away. But as soon as I come in, the dog tenses. And that's a pretty good indication that the dog could bite. Good. Right now, he's choosing not to. So he's making a conscious choice to not bite. Anybody else that did this that he didn't know or have like at least some trust built up with, he would have bit, you know? Right? Well, you're okay. I'm gonna try him in a little bit with Larry and see how you do with Larry. That should be fun. Well, I think he likes the car. This will help, huh? We'll do some errands, stop off at the park, and I gotta go to Home Depot. I'm gonna take him inside, but I'm probably gonna do that later because it's like the midday sun, and I don't want to leave Eddie in here in the car. Oh, shush, Edward. Oh, shush, Eddie. Don't worry, he's gonna get out in a minute. He just found a raspberry bush the hard way. There's another one. Sonny, come. Goodish. Goodish. Sonny, come. Come. Good boy. Break. Sit. Good. Wait. No. Good. So I did end up going to Home Depot with him yesterday. I left my phone at home, but nothing happened anyways. He was actually totally fine. One person asked to pet him. No, two people asked to pet him. I said no. He wouldn't have that, and they were fine with it. But one of the employees squatted down pretty close to him, and he just kind of stood there. You know, he didn't do anything, but you know, the guy didn't try to pet him or anything. And that's typically what it is. It's the reaching out towards the dog that's going to set him off. But I did get this. It's an adapter, so I can hook a hose to the shower, so I can run a hose down to fill up the pool for the dogs. So I know Eddie's going to be psyched about that, huh, Eddie? You get a pool today? You're going to set up your pool? You don't know what that word means, do you? But yeah, he fired off at Eddie this morning. Second time he's done that, and it's usually, well, so far both times has been when I'm in the bathroom. And so I came out of the bathroom and I just kind of went at him, and you know, I smacked the cage, and he submitted pretty good. So he's getting there, but we've only got a couple days left, and he just needs more time. That's all it is, you know. So I don't really know what's going to happen. I got to kind of update the people in the rescue and see what they plan on doing. But it's the kind of thing with a dog like this, you know what I mean? When he goes home, he's going to do the same thing that he did at home unless she can step up, you know what I mean? If she doesn't have it in her, if she can't, you know, assert herself, then it's not going to work at home. It'll work with anyone who does that with them. But the thing is, as a rescue dog, that's a hard sell, because most people want a dog because they want a loyal companion that they can share affection with. You know, they don't want a dog who acts like a cat when you pet him and, you know, suddenly bites you and, you know, is all standoffish at everything. You know, nobody wants that. And you got to put work into it. And, you know, so that makes him a really hard sell. The only possible way to get him adopted is the bleeding heart thing, you know what I mean? Like, and that usually comes with, oh, this dog doesn't have much time left, you know, but he's not in a shelter like that, you know. So he could sit a while, who knows? It's, you know, out of my hands once he leaves here, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I may never find out, but Okay. So anyways, like I said earlier, we had ourselves a moment where he just melted. He just submitted and just melted because he was acting aggressive towards Eddie. And I'd mentioned before, I didn't quite trust him yet, how I wanted him to approach, to ask for affection. So you see how he just kind of leaned in a little bit and he touched. He's wanting to be closer. You know, we've been doing more stuff that he enjoys. Going to the park and going into the car and stuff. And the reason I said that I don't want to touch him, I don't quite trust him until he approaches and asks for it, is because a dog like this, when they want something, like if he wants to go for a walk, he'll be fine with me manipulating his collar to put a leash on, But let's say he didn't want to go in his crate and I grabbed his collar to try to get him into his crate, that's when he would bite. I put out a video before about how doing things that dogs find undesirable can cause them to become aggressive, right? So if they don't like it, they let you know. A little bit of nervousness there, but not bad. And keep it short and sweet. Good boy. If you do something that they find is undesirable, and then they become aggressive, and it works, like let's say he bit me now, right, and I left because he didn't like this pressure, right, then he won. He got what he wanted because I had to go clean my wounds in the sink, And even though he's like, see how his head's going down, he's feeling submissive. And the reason I'm touching him now is because we had that kind of moment, huh? Good boy. Good boy. Because he's feeling more submissive, Otherwise, I would wait, And he's been doing little signs like, like I said before, he came in between my legs and, like if he climbed up on my knee or something now, then he would be wanting to be closer to me. But I also have to start letting him know that I'm trusting him too, because it's a two-way street. Trust and respect goes both ways, right? If I can't trust him, then we can't really move forward. And it's the same, if he can't trust me, then we can't move forward. And so that's what I'm showing him, that I can be trusted and that I also trust him. Good boy. Oh my goodness. Good boy. Don't care about Larry? Good boy. Good boy. You like Larry? Good boy. Good. Oh, Papa. Oh, today is our last day. We're packing up to go home soon. And had a good last couple of days. He's been very, more out in the open, more out here instead of hiding in the corner or in his crate. He's been coming up to me, climbing on my leg, giving me kisses on my hand. Of course, I could pet him now. He's not weird about it or anything. Good boy. He doesn't lift his lip. He's just been better overall. He had a couple of times where he was in his crate and he kind of, you know, huffed at Eddie a bit. And the last time he got corrected for that, he really just melted into submission. And then, really, ever since then, I think he realized his place here, you know. And I wish we had more time, in a sense, because he's just starting to come around now, and this is where the real, you know, the real rehabilitation starts to happen, you know. Especially if I could get him, you know, to be around out in the open with Eddie. He did fine with Larry, you know. I think he thinks Larry's his new girlfriend, but yeah, not quite. Yeah, he is intact. So they're gonna neuter him. I don't know if it's gonna help. I don't think it makes a difference. He's also on medication. I also don't think that makes a difference. I have never seen, oh good boy, I have never seen where medication makes a difference. Usually it just makes it worse. It's like just this quick thing that vets seem to go to, oh, let's medicate him. If you're going to medicate him, you also are supposed to put him through training, which is really where the real effect comes in. And then they, you know, oh look, the medication worked. No, he could have came in here completely unmedicated and we would have still seen just as much of a change, you know. You ready? Okay. Good boy.
Hi. Yes, I'm happy to see you too.
Alright, do you want to give it a shot again? To close the door.
Want me to close the door?
Right there, see him? No.
Try again.
Good. So you see how his mouth remained open the second time?
Uh-huh.
That's more relaxed. As soon as you see that mouth close, and
Right.
you could even see if there's enough light, the eyes, the pupils dilating. And a lot of times, you see how he's panting? They'll stop. They'll stop the panting. And try to do it when you do it with a purpose. Don't, you know, close it. You know, don't do that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Because you come across as soft. And he needs a strong leader to follow, otherwise he's not going to follow. I'm going to try it again. Just hold on to the handle so that you don't get bit, and then just give it a push. Good. Now this is typical. He would always do this with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was doing like the staring down, like you said, you know, but he would like bark and growl at me for like 45 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
And I got 6 people that live upstairs from me, so I have to be, like, if I was in a single family house, I might do that more liberally, but I have to, you know, be considerate.
You can absolutely see that he needs to be physically corrected.
Right.
When he's in the crate, you can't use your hand, or, you know, you can maybe pop him with the leash, but, you know. So he's closed his mouth, started licking his lips, so I'll wait till he's done doing that. I'm just going to hold my hand there, and then when he's done doing that, I'll open it. So just because it's open doesn't mean he can come out. And basically what we want to do is we want to wait till he's calm. And
There's
then
many times he puts himself in there and he seems very content until I go to close the door.
yeah, see, he would put himself in all the time, but when I close the door, nothing. I could even pet him in there. Right? Right, booger? Right? Good boy. So he's calm now, you know what I mean? And he may not even come out because now he's like, oh, I just got corrected. And as long as I stay here, I'm probably good. Break. Come. No, come. Good boy. I'm gonna try it all over again from the beginnings. Yeah. Okay. Ready? House. No, house. House. No. He's turd burglar. House. Oh my, just get a running start. Here, house. No. No. Good. Good. Stay. You wanna try it again? So I got my finger on the trigger, just ready, you know, for that right moment. Good.
Good boy. That's a good boy.
See, one of the things, if you hesitate, you know what I mean?
He takes advantage.
Yeah, you see it?
Yep.
Yeah. So you just kind of go right in with a purpose. Right. Yeah, because that comes across like you're very unsure and unconfident.
Right.
And his speaking back to you is, you're too unconfident to approach me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I'm the boss.
Yeah, I'm not going to put up with that. So if he feels like you're stronger, no problem. So you don't want to like, can I open the thing and look, you know, and like hesitate, do that.
Right.
Even if you're going to pet him or touch him in any way, don't be like, okay, don't bite me, you know.
Right.
Put the gloves on. Use the gloves as your confidence. Like, hey, if you bite me, it's not gonna hurt. Right? Good. Break. Good boy. Yeah, now you're just messing with him. No.
But like that's what it, like I'll be standing here and it's like I put a hand out and that will often trigger it. It doesn't usually take that much, but it's usually.
So you see when I corrected him,
Mm-hmm.
I followed through with spatial pressure. He tried to move away, so I step on the leash. It's like you can't ignore me. If you want to challenge me, then you gotta either fight me or give up. And so I'm asking him to give up.
Hi.
So you see the tongue going?
Yeah.
Yeah. That means he's a little bit nervous and unsure about your approach.
Right.
And now he's like, okay, as long as you don't move forward, we're okay. But you know, because like you're bending over like this in his face, you see the mouth closes and he starts licking. So at that point, if I go to reach or something, that's gonna make him a little bit more like uneasy. Did you say it doesn't matter if he's tethered?
It's worse when he's tethered.
Yeah. Because it's like being trapped. He can't escape if he wants to.
But the whole reason I was tethering him a lot is because he was marking. Oh, and getting on the kitchen table.
Yeah.
He climbs.
Huh.
I had made cookies for a friend, and I came home one day, and they weren't there, and I knew I had left the bag of cookies on the table.
Good boy.
And I found the bag somewhere.
Good boy. So you see, like, you see his face. He's pretty relaxed. The tongue's out, right? So I just go towards him. Good boy. He started to lower his head, you know, so that's a submissive feeling.
Right. So maybe I just need to put my gloves on while I practice that for a bit.
His ears are back. Yeah, sure, just to be safe, you know. Because you see when he goes like after the broom, he kind of means business, you know. I can feel it through the broom, huh? Good. So you see how even he got a little bit nervous and uneasy, he still remained soft, like his look towards me, his eyes were soft and his ears back. But it's the same thing. You don't want to like hesitate going, like, you know, if I go real slow and I like,
Right.
You see it?
Yeah. He's watching it.
Yeah, good. Gotta go in with a purpose. Do you want to try it, or you want to use your gloves, or? Right there, you see he got real stiff.
Yeah. Do I continue to pet him?
Well, you're pulling away now, and that just makes it worse.
Okay. So once I do that, even if he does that, I should just go in. You've got the.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna use that opportunity. No. Yeah, so the lip went up a little.
I saw the little snarly face.
And then keep it short and sweet. Goodish.
Goodish.
Goodish. Do you want to do again? Ready? Yeah, just go right in. Good. A little better that time. A little better that time. Good boy.
Short and sweet, right, Sonny?
Yep. You just want to basically like let him know, like, just because I'm coming at you doesn't mean, you know, because maybe I have the glove on, doesn't mean I'm gonna like wrangle you down and put a harness on you or whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you want to kind of use whenever you have the glove on. Sometimes it's just to pet you, or you know, you don't want him to always associate this with,
Right.
you know, oh, that means they're gonna make me do stuff I don't want to do.
Right. Right. Well, when we're sitting outside on the front steps, he generally is in a very good mood and lets me pet him, and he's very.
How is he with the passersby?
He was better like over the last week, like with outside in general and walking and you know, when he was on the steps, if somebody would come and he would do, I would like gently tug on the leash and just say no. And he took direction pretty good.
So I don't know if you could see from the video outside, but the road that goes by is probably, I don't know, 30 feet away. He didn't seem to care about that. I think there's one guy that rides around on a little mini bike. He didn't care for that too much, but my neighbor came, you know, he was on the grass and he walked right past the fence and he reacted to that, but he got corrected for that, and then he was fine after that. He corrects easily, and then after that, whatever it was that caused him to get corrected, he becomes a little bit more like, I think I'm gonna not do that. So he's making better decisions.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And I think out on the porch when he's reacting to other people, that's when you correct and you step in and you let him know, no. You know what I mean? And then he's gonna go, oh, I'm not allowed to do that? You're taking over? Because that's what he needs. So it's a very confined space, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like in the crate, right?
Right.
So you go to close the door, he's going to growl. You go to reach in there or something, he's going to growl. Dogs in confined spaces tend to do this. So it would be the same thing under the bed. You know, that's his, like, kind of personal space, and if you reach in there, you're invading it.
Okay.
Especially if you do it, like we said before, with the crate hesitantly.
So would he be better with the bed out from under there?
Yeah, out in the open.
Okay.
More, or
over there or something.
just at least so you're aware of it. You know, if this is hanging out, he doesn't give you any problem, right? You just pick it up and go. Here.
Usually, but sometimes when he's in there and I walk towards him to get that, he starts with the growl.
So even if you walk by or something, he'll do that?
Sometimes.
Place. No, place. Good. Good boy. Ah.
And that was originally the cat's bed, but he just kind of.
Yeah, so you see it. You can see it a little bit. Good. So if I go to go, he's not intense right now. He's not growling and showing teeth. But just because he got nervous, then I just stop. I'm just gonna hold my position. You know what I mean? I don't want to like pull away or anything just because he's nervous, because it's gonna make him more nervous, and then he'll be more likely to strike.
Right.
Papa. Break. Break. Come on, Papa. Good boy. Good boy. But yeah, if he was to go under the bed, I would just be like, no, out, and then give him a vibrate.
Okay. You have to show me how that works.
He's not harming anything under there?
Right?
No. As soon as you push the button, it'll turn on.
It'll go on.
Yeah, so the middle one is vibrate, and that's the one you're going to start out with. So once you start doing that, and he starts, you know, he starts growling at the...
And how do you press this to make it happen, or?
You press that to make it happen. You push this
to change that.
To change it, or if you push it and it's flashing, then you can adjust it.
Oh, the adjustment is
and then
here.
if you push it again, it's going to switch, and then if you just wait, it'll stop flashing, and then you won't be able to adjust it. Or you could immediately like push one other button, and it'll automatically go to that.
Okay, but we're doing this one first.
You just vibrated him for no reason.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was on vibration.
Also, I want to mention, that's the on and off switch.
Right.
Sometimes you can accidentally turn it on or off. And that 1 or 2, you can use 2 collars with this.
Oh.
He's got to be on number 1. So if you're like, man, this isn't working, check, make sure it's on, and check, making sure it's on number 1. So,
Okay.
so he got vibrated, and he went in there to hide.
Hey, Sonny, come.
Where is he? Under the
Under
bed? And this is sometimes he would growl at you?
Hey. Sonny. Sonny.
Here. No, come. I can't tell. Okay, good.
We're gonna come this way, buddy.
No, here.
Come.
Come on. Yeah, 2.
So it doesn't
This
look
way.
at all on now, but you're telling me if I press that button, it'll.
Yeah, like the display isn't
Right.
on.
Right. But it's on.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's always ready to go unless you hit the off switch.
Okay.
So a little lip right there. No. See the lip go a little bit?
Yeah.
Good. And that's like really in his face, which normally we're not going
Right.
to do unless you're sleeping over there and he comes to attack it, right? Good. Now he relaxed, you see it? So we're going
Good
to let
boy,
him know that's the
Sonny.
right thing. Good boy.
Good boy.
Okay, so that wasn't bad at all, huh?
No.
Let me see if I can get a little bit more aggressive. Good boy. Good. Yeah.
It's pretty amazing, Sonny.
Try the crate again. Well, you accidentally vibrated them, so now he's trying not to do the wrong thing.
Great time. Go
No, house.
In.
Good. Stay. Yes,
Good boy. Good boy, Sonny. Good boy. And come.
Break.
Come out.
So you remember the things I was telling you, speaking in sentences or raising your voice? Sonny, break. Sometimes he needs a little encouragement to break. Because, like, if I put him in place
Mm-hmm.
and I tell him break, he's like, nah, because I'm safe in place. I know what you're going to do. You're going to tell me to go back in place and push that button. Oh, my goodness. Let's see if we can get him to come.
Sonny, come.
So what do you do? Mark it no, because he didn't listen, and then say come.
So I just
Just
press this
say
one.
no, come.
Just say no.
Yeah.
No. Come.
Good. So he stopped. No,
No.
come.
Come.
Good. No. No.
No. Come.
Okay, now you can vibrate. Come.
Come.
A little bit more motivated after the vibration. Good boy.
Sit. Do sit.
Sit your butt. Really? Hey, sit. You turd burglar. What's that? Is that up your butt or something? Sit.
Good boy.
So you see, we're trying to be fair. We said come, you didn't listen. We let you know, no, you're doing the wrong thing. What I said was come. Then he started like, okay, but not really. And at that point, we're gonna be like, okay, I had enough.
Now
I'm gonna vibrate.
Now I mean business.
And if he's like, no, I'm not listening to the vibrate, then you can up it. But instead of, we're gonna switch to electric. If you're on a correction level of 8 or 10, that's gonna be a little bit too much. So you want to go down to like two or 1.
Okay.
And then, no, come, right? You push that button, and then when he commits to coming towards you, you let it go.
Oh, so you hold it
Yeah.
on the.
Yep.
Correction or vibrate? Are you talking? That way.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hold vibrate too. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because it'll keep. I
But
don't
he
know.
doesn't look like he needs it held.
No,
Like,
he
it looks
really
like he has an
doesn't.
immediate
Yeah.
unfavorable reaction. He wants it to stop.
But let's say you said come and you hit either the vibrate or the shock, and he was like, I'm out, and he went the other way.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna hold it and chase him through the house, right?
Right.
I'm just gonna go get him, grab the leash, and then start from there. Like, no, this way, we're going in the kitchen or whatever.
A do-over.
You know, because you don't want to traumatize him, chase him
Right.
through the house with the thing.
Right, right.
But as long as when you ask him to do something and he's like, well, the last time I did that and I didn't comply, I got buzzed and everything and chased through the house, and better I just listen. You know what I mean? It gets
Right.
better every time.